excited. The team at Jamit is excited to have you all here. And without further ado, we are going to start the event now. And the next person you have on stage will be Ike. Thank you, everyone.
He said he wants that video.
Yes.
He's gonna give you the signal.
I'm supposed to be here. That's the signal I just gave, but let me bring. I need to give him this, right?
It's on, right? It's still on, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm in a good space. It's a good time. You know they look fake. They look time. On the track race. They run live. I know they lose faith.
Hey, Ike. Yep, we're ready for you. Alright, let's do it.
Steady burning trees. Talking to the most high. Everybody gon' judge you. They really don't know you. Everybody can love you. They really don't owe you. They wanna be you. You can't walk in your shoes. I'm not trying to be you. I'm loving me some more.
Hey guys. Wow. Big house today. Thank you all so much for coming here. I'm Ike, founder and CEO of Jamit. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today, and thank you for coming out. It's raining. Hope everyone is good. A chill spot. You guys like it? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you. I see some familiar faces. Thank you so much for coming. Today we're going to go through the future of storytelling. I have been doing this for quite a while. A little background about myself is that I started this thing when I was 16 years old. I've always loved to help creators. And creators have been the thing that, anybody who creates makes me happy. I'm an engineer also by nature, but I was a creator first. And so anytime I see engineers make the kind of money they make, I always feel like creators should also make that same amount of money. So if you see an engineer who is making $200K a month, a creator should be making more than that. Because an engineer actually has to be a creator to be able to figure out what they're even actually doing. And so this is where we're going to talk about Jamit. I've been working on Jamit for the past 5 years with the team here. Everyone give a round of applause to them. You see them? Thank you. And through that, we've seen a lot of changes. We started as a podcast network. And as a podcast network, the main thing that we're doing then was that how are we going to make every single person as a voice come out there and come out to the public eye? How do we make someone who cannot afford to pay the hundreds of thousands of naira to go into any podcast studio and pay for that, but also have the great voice and story for us to be able to push them out to the public eye? And so this is what pushed us to begin Jamit. As a podcast network, we kept growing and growing, but we found out the challenges that were facing Africans as a whole. And that was, one, it was harder for you to pay. Two, there were no tools for you to be able to use. And three, at the end of the day, you're looking for a global audience, and it was always hard for you to find a global audience. And so today, we're going to begin with podcasts. How many of you here are a podcaster? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, welcome, 5. And podcast is something that we've been working on for a minute. Everyone knows what a podcast is. But a lot of people who make podcasts today go through a lot of things. Everyone is going to set up a mic. You have to get your whole show, sit down on the couch, have a nice ambient place, have the right things that you want to do to be able to make your podcast look lively and nice for YouTube today. But the problem that people don't even understand is that to do all these things today, it comes with money. That mic alone is going to cost you about $300 alone just to buy that. That is more than what people make sometimes in 3 or 4, 5 months. You can't afford to do that, and everyone can't afford to do that at the same time. But then we also have people who have the voices that can actually bring out their stories and be able to talk out as much as they want. And so, the more I kept looking into podcasts, I told my team members, and I said, the way people listen to podcasts now is no more on audio. People listen to it through other mediums, but majority now, video. But more people want to be able to do things to be able to make sure that they enjoy what they are listening to. Everybody wants to poll. Everyone wants to leave a comment. Everybody wants to be able to talk about how I supported this creator. Everybody wants to join the exclusive club of that creator. And in order to be able to do this and enjoy what that is, it's no more a podcast. It's no more what we used to enjoy, where we just say, oh, press play and then listen to a podcast and then enjoy the podcast. That's not what it is. What I believe we have gotten into as showcasts, we are now in the business of every single person showing off what they are trying to work on or showing off what they actually do for a living and talk about it. Everyone is getting used to doing videos. Everyone is getting used to understanding that they just need to be themselves and get out to be able to do whatever they're doing. And showcast became that thing that Jamit started thinking about through the years. But it hit us last year when we figured out that, wait a minute, there was no other way for us to push out what we're doing just as a regular podcast when we can do it in a bigger form and bring the new future of podcasts. There's podcast 1.0, there's podcast 2.0, there's podcast 3.0. We don't need to do it 4.0. We sincerely believe that the beginning of shows are beginning to happen, where everybody goes video, everybody goes mobile, everybody's voice goes out there, and everyone's able to monetize globally. But what makes it different for Jamit? Why is Jamit calling it showcast? That's because of one thing, proof of listen. Today we're introducing proof of listen, where every single listener on your podcast will be able to listen to your own episodes, but every single time they listen to it, there's what we call a proof of listen event that happens. This is how you know the people who actually listen to your podcast. Proof of listen emitted through the blockchain allows you to, in the future, be able to say, have you listened to my podcast before? And you'll be able to say, let me see, and check somebody's data, but not by going through the data and knowing their whole business and every single thing. It's anonymous, but you're able to go through their wallets and be able to say, hey, this person has listened to my podcast before. You cannot actually do that with any platform in the world today. This is the breakthrough that we were able to figure out. How do we allow creators now engage immersively and enjoy engagement with their creators in a way that they have never seen before? And creators now enter into that realm of understanding the analytics, picking out people who have listened to their podcast the most, and be able to even reward them for the engagement that they've done on their podcast as well. But not only that with Showcast, we give you permanence. Permanence comes where we are able to put your podcast on the blockchain. Again, Jamit is built on something called smart contracts. Many of you won't know that, but it's good. And what it does is that even if tomorrow and 100 years from now, if Jamit does not exist, your podcast will still remain for anyone to be able to listen for generations to come. Provenance is one thing that every single person says, oh, how are you sure you're the one that owns this IP? How are you sure I'm the first person that came up with this thing? I made this podcast then, but someone can say, oh, I did this 10 years ago, so you copied me and you copied that and you did that. This is what you get also with Jamit. With Jamit Showcast 4.0, you're able to now prove that you own the IP of your content. 100% belongs to you, and you're able to now tell anybody in the world that they could license your content wherever they are in the world by showing them proof that you own the content. And so, in collaboration with Liz, we have created the best platform right now that allows every single person to be able to now own their content, be able to monetize the content, be able to verify their listeners wherever they are, and beginning to enjoy the powers of monetization through the blockchain and crypto space. And so, a little demo of what we're going to do, how easy it is, and I'll let you guys know it's really easy, but please watch and tell me what you guys think. It's a little blurred. But if you see, this is why a lot of people say they want dark mode. But here, we have Blessing, who is creating her podcast. She's put a title, and she's already put a description. She's selecting her category. And obviously, every podcast needs to have a cover. And so you put a cover art. Publisher's info. We tried to do a live demo, but we realized where we're living. I made sure that we did not do a live demo. So please, and then you're able to put your tags. I really wish this was brighter. And verify every single thing that you need for your podcast, and you create your podcast. Jamit is 100% abstracted. Means that you do not have to worry about knowing what a blockchain wallet is. You don't have to know what a crypto wallet is. You don't need to know what a MetaMask is. You don't have to go through the complications of what crypto is today. But that podcast you just saw that was created right now has been created on the blockchain. And every single person in the world will be able to listen to this wherever they are. And so here you go, have verifying that this is real. You get a contract and you can go on the list Block Scout if you want to, if you're technical enough. And you can check right there. There goes the podcast as an NFT, and it's now available on Rarible for people to trade if you want. And there you go. Showcast is live now. All right? Thank you. So, a lot of people have been asking about the studio, and you guys have seen our studio space. A lot of people have asked, when can I have access to it? We initially built Jamit Studio Campus initially for Jamit Originals. We had the podcast network, and the podcast network was just going to allow 20 something podcasters have a space to come and record. And the more they brought in their guests and other podcasters as friends coming over, more of them wanted to be part of our family, more of them wanted to join our network. But again, as a small team, we cannot handle 600 podcasters at the same time. But we had to figure out what we would do for them that would make it very, very easy for you guys to be able to create. So as a creator here, you have the power to do anything you want because it's your voice. You can say whatever you want to say. It's your money. You can pay for whatever you want to pay. But at the same time, it's your story. And you can say it however you want to say it. You don't have to figure out how do I get into a radio station or how do I get into another podcast network to be able to figure out how am I going to create this content. You just need one thing, and that's Studio Campus. Studio Campus is a space that we created for all creators to be able to come in. Wherever they are in the world, we are starting from different locations, starting from Lagos today. And Studio Campus allows you to be able to create in a space with every single person. So yes, there's digital life, but every single creator needs a physical space to find community. Needs a physical space to be able to do what you want to do. If you're worried about, oh my goodness, I have to buy that $1,000 mic, you don't have to worry anymore because Studio Campus, we got all those stuff here. So, thank you. And Studio Campus is now your path to create. It's literally anything that you want to do, you'll be able to find a space. You'll be able to do whatever you want to do by just walking in here and telling them, I got a studio pass, and you're allowed to come in. 7 recording rooms, the best quality out there. A live event space like where we are right now. Thank you. And with that, we're going to introduce to you something that we've been working on, which is part of the Studio Campus, but it's something special that I'm going to announce right now, and I'm hoping that you guys actually like it at the end. Thank you. Starting today, every single creator on chain will be able to access the Creators Hub powered by Lisk for free. So you'll be able to record as much as you want, but to a limited 1 hour for now, because we know a lot of people need to create. And so the power of this has been brought to you guys by Jamit, Lisk, and the members of the Super Chain. But it doesn't stop there. We're not going to announce the 7 other rooms that we have for you guys to enjoy, but it does come at a little cost. And it starts at $19 if you're a Vibe creator. You get 4 hours with Studio Campus to be able to do whatever you want in any of the rooms here. You're able to host on Jamit, unlimited storage. You get access to our AI that we've been working on for almost a few years, and it's coming out really great. That announcement is coming soon. And advanced analytics that you cannot find anywhere. We actually give you the best out there in terms of analytics. We don't just give you how many plays or how many downloads you get. but we actually let you know where people are listening from, how long are they listening to, who are your collectors, and as I said, you will even know who are your listeners by them proving it with just their wallet address. But then there's one more thing. We do have an unlimited pass to Studio Campus. Starting at $39.99, you'll be able to come here at any time you want, be able to go on our booking system and be able to book and say, hey, I'm coming in to record, and we allow you to come in and record. This is going to be audio and video, so you don't have to worry anymore about having to spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of naira to be able to access studio places, to be able to create your content. You can now do that today for the most affordable cost that ever exists right now in the space. If there's anyone that does anything close to what we do, we would like you guys to let us know, and we'll bring down our prices to make sure we match that. All right. And so, Studio Campus launches on International Podcast Day, September 30th. I hope you guys enjoy it. We are going to be expanding into more cities, starting with Lagos. We are already in talks with other countries, and we're working into bringing more. And so by the end of next year, we believe that we're going to be in at least 12 locations across the globe for all creators to have access to. Now, in your pocket, bringing millions of voices and stories mobile is one thing that a lot of people have asked, how are we going to do? Why is there no Jamit app? We've been working on this for a minute because we always want to bring out the best. We want to give you guys the best. We've seen a lot of podcast apps, and we just did not want to be another podcast app. We felt that we sincerely had to figure out how do we make something that will be an experience when you open it up in the morning, and also be something that you're like, I need to look at it before I even go to bed. You're able to listen to not only podcasts, but you're going to be able to listen to more. That is coming up in another announcement. But every single voice on chain will be brought. And we want to make sure that every single voice is represented in the mobile app. And so we just don't call it just a regular mobile app. We just want you to know that this is an ecosystem, and this is a platform, but it's also your life OS. It's going to be something that we want to be part of your lifestyle. When you wake up in the morning, you can listen to a devotion using Jamit's mobile app. And then in the afternoon, listen to something that gives you motivation to keep going. And at night, you listen to something that actually puts you to bed. And so, the Jamit mobile, with screenshots today, we didn't want to do a live demo. I wish this was clear. But we have Jamit representing here. You're able to have access to that. But then, you can listen to podcasts. You can now follow people, their comments. There's their about, there's community and their fans. We will put out the live demo video for you guys very soon. It's going to be very live, and you'll see that in a few days. The wallet is here. The wallet allows you to be able to make money as a creator, but also earn money or earn rewards. I'll take that back so the police doesn't come after me. You earn rewards by listening to content as well. Your library is not just your library where you just go there and see your bookmarks and then see anything that you've added, but you also see how long you've listened to content. Are you binge listening, or are you actually being taking education with your time? How many days have you listened to content back to back with the streaks here? What is the latest thing that we feel that you should continue listening to because you listen to it or you've engaged with it, and we feel like you should listen to it more? And then there are more things that are coming in the library that you guys are going to love. So I want to just tell you guys that I am 100% sure there is no podcast app that is as good as what we've created. And so coming to you guys soon, in October 2025, we'll be launching the Jamit mobile app. This is going to be live on App Store and Android. We have one ready already, but we just didn't want to be partial and then allow the wars to start. So we're going to wait for both to be ready and then have that out. So I'm not going to name which one we have out already.
I think we already know.
No, you think? It's so good. With this app, you'll be able to earn the listen, and also we'll be able to reward the makers. We want every single creator to feel like they've earned with whatever they've said, but also give you enough rewards for your time, for listening to them. Majority of us listen to, I mean, has anyone made money watching YouTube here? No one? But I'm 100% sure you guys spend 10, 12, 24 hours. No one's raising their hands for 24, 48 hours a month. That's how much time we spend and give. But you guys remember what our parents used to tell us, time is? Exactly. And so we want to make sure we reward you for the time that you're spending with the creators. So we want you to earn the listen, but we have to reward the makers and the creators. And so to do that, we're introducing Listen to Earn. Listen to Earn was something that our team, we again talked about through the years. How do we give something back to the listeners of our podcast as a community, then as a podcast network? And the podcast network was that we need to figure out how do we make them stay? How do we make them keep coming back? And we couldn't figure out what to do because just another newsletter was not going to work. And just sometimes another meetup might not work because they're not even around. You have to be in one place to make that happen. But what if you could just wake up one morning and be able to launch something into the space and tell your listeners and say, hey guys, today I'm giving you guys something for listening to my podcast. You're able to set that up now on Jamit, and then every single time they listen to your content, they are rewarded with what you've put down. This can be money, this can be NFTs, this can be tokens, whichever thing that you've decided to put down, we'll be able to make that work as our infrastructure will make it possible to actually reward your listeners. And so, beginning very soon, majority of you guys might know I love anime, but one of the things that I love the most is how we're able to talk about creative content and how do we allow creators get involved with us. And so Listen to Earn started coming into the workshops with us, and we were just drilling and drilling and drilling. How do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this? How do we do that? And our first thing that came to us was, wait, we could use the power of NFTs to make this happen. Every creator today will be able to create what we call a club, and you'll also be able to create what we call digital gifts and items on our platform that will be used to reward every single listener. But as every single listener comes on, we have what we call the headphones. You have to use headphones to listen to podcasts. So what if those headphones were actually virtual headphones? What if they are able to buy these virtual headphones and they're listening to your content? And when they listen to your content with these virtual headphones, you're able to now get those rewards from them. So if they buy it from us, we get that money for you. And then the more they listen to your content, we reward you with the tokens they've spent in buying these headphones. Because that's how we figure out their time spent, and we're able to make sure that they are also involved with your platform. So starting soon, we're starting with our Genesis collection. And for every single person here who doesn't understand how digital gifts work, this is where the future of media and creation is going to. And so we are starting with our Genesis headsets that will be coming out also next month. This will allow every single listener to be able to buy these headphones, even if you're not able to launch your own gifts or launch your own token or launch anything for your listeners yet. We already have this in place for you. The more they buy this to listen, the more you get rewarded for that. So if they listen, the more that you get your tokens. And the more you get tokens, the more you get paid. It's a gamified process, but we believe that this is how it's going to retain more listeners. It's tried, it's tested, and it's working. So the Genesis collections drops in 2025, October next month. Thank you. Should we go for one more thing, or we should stop? We should keep going? All right. you'll be able to earn your rewards starting today. So for every single listen that's happening right now on the platform, every listener is getting rewarded. And for every creator that is publishing content right now on our platform starting today, we'll start earning rewards. And so you're going to start seeing some change in your wallet. Majority of them will be announced. More rewards are being brought in by our partners, and we're going to be announcing them starting from next week. But in the meantime, we do have XP and points, and those points are going to be what we use to engage your listeners and also reward you as a creator. And those points will be converted to rewards, and those rewards can also be in terms of cash, it could be products, it could be partners, it could be access, it could be free subscriptions. Anything that we think about, we will bring it to you guys. But I can guarantee you that we know we are going to be the best platform that rewards creators in at least Africa by the time this continues to go out before the end of this year. Thank you. And so, that's going, oh, my bad. I'm pressing the wrong file. And so, Jamit Originals. How many of you guys have listened to a Jamit podcast here? Hands raised. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Some people there haven't. Jamit Originals has been what started this whole thing. We started with 20 podcasts. We grew them. We do have Story of the Gods in the house. Samuel was one of those. I'm going to give an example of how we knew that this was the future of storytelling. I and Samuel had a chat about a podcast, and we wanted to create this podcast. And we said, what is that thing that people don't do or create that we need to make that will bring people to understand our culture, especially us being from Africa? And we thought about how we know about all the Greek gods and how we know about all the, truthfully, Greek gods and Asian gods. But most people feel like, oh, okay, religious reasons, we should not talk about our own culture. And we figured out that, wait, just the same way there's a Thor, and you guys go and watch the Avengers, no one says that's demonic, right? We figured out that we should start our own. And so we started the podcast called Story of the Gods. And Story of the Gods are just pretty much folk tales that were told by our ancestors and our parents, just to keep us grounded, really truthfully on faith, but also grounded just with fear that something could happen to you, like Ogun striking you with thunder, And in order for that not to happen, we had to tell the stories in a way that kids will love, but also adults will love as well. Story of the Gods grew to end up being in the top 100 podcasts in Africa. That's one. But also was the first podcast that was licensed out of Jamit's infrastructure globally. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. Because now, Story of the Gods is available to all homeschool students, about 100 and something million people who are able to listen to it right now in the US, who we are able to enjoy it just because of the stories of the creation or the origin of the Yorubas. And so that has given us, and on the money part, it was good because I'm pretty sure Samuel can attest to that. But we were able to grow this to the level that we now figured out that, wait a minute, stories do need to be told. And in order for us to do that, we need to continue supporting creators. Samuel was not a podcaster when he joined Jamit. He literally came in and just, again, Studio Campus, joining us, working with us, making things happen. We were able to create stories and tell it just the way we wanted to tell it, make it immersive, and he's now globally recognized and licensed. And so we decided that we're going to continue with Jamit as a podcast network, but not anymore just a podcast network. But now we're going more into originals. And originals allows us to go beyond the podcast, but also go into stories and bring stories from every single place in the world that has been unheard and bring them to everyone's ears. And so, Starting next month, we are bringing you guys immersive stories. Immersive stories are stories that if you listen to, you will feel like you're in that same area. You're going to feel that, you're going to feel every single thing, every impact, every drum, every whisper. If you're wearing headphones, you will hear every single thing. Immersive stories allows us to be able to tell every single story in the way that it's meant to be told. We have gotten through our years and our centuries where we just tell our stories, and it's good that we all sat down and you remember when you sit down and you're around the bonfire and your parents or someone is talking to you about something and then they go boo and everyone, you just get scared. We don't have those things anymore. But the only way we can bring that back is through digital. And doing that through digital makes it possible for us to go immersive. We do have one of the best audio engineers, truthfully, in the world, Kachi. And together, he's an award-winning producer, by the way. He's produced the best podcast, truthfully to me, in this country. And so we've come together to figure out how we're going to create Jamit sound that the more you listen to it, the more you want it, the more you get to engage with it, and the more you want to share it with everyone else. Immersive storytelling is something that we are going to bring to every single person. I do want a preview. I don't have the preview. And this is going to be one of those things that you're able to listen to. We're going to play some, but you guys are going to be able to have access to them. So once we're done, you'll be able to go into the studio rooms, and I'm sure Kachi is going to give you the immersive experience. You listen to it, enjoy it. Please feel it and give us feedback as soon as possible.
I hate Lagos. It is a city of vermin and lost souls. The darkest hearts live there. The air its citizens breathe is tainted with evil. You stay there long enough, and you become part of the darkness. Everyone in Lagos has a tale to tell. Even the roaches that live in its stinking gutters feed on the waste of the city. For me, it will always be a place of haunting, because it was where I murdered my sister when I was only 8 years old.
Come on. I was trying to play that we didn't have it, but now please tell me if you didn't feel like you were part of that story.
I love it.
That is the impact of immersiveness that we're trying to bring to every single story and how we want to tell it. We truthfully believe that if someone wants to tell their story, we need to make sure that we empower them to bring it out the most to life as much as we can and make it happen for them. And so, the voices you've just heard, one, I'm going to see if anyone knows any of them. Does anyone know any of them? Does anyone know any of them? Wow, okay. Two, starting very soon, what the voice you just heard was Genevieve Ume's voice, award-winning actress, Nollywood actress. She has been one of the best in terms of voice acting for us. And this content is going to be called Stranger in Lagos. The Stranger in Lagos is coming out. Thank you. Genevieve graced us with her voice, and bringing Nollywood to immersive storytelling is something that has been a dream of ours. And beginning to achieve it and making it happen is one of those things that, one, we are honored to have them, but also the writers like Sally, who wrote this story that you just listened to, she's not able to bring her story to life the way she actually wanted it to come to life. And so even if you're a writer, and if you're a voice actor, or a podcaster, or just a storyteller, there is now home for you at Jamit. So, Stranger in Lagos is coming out. How many people are going to buy it? Let me see how many hands come up so I know my sales already. Okay, 10 people already here, Victoria. Stranger in Lagos is going to be coming out. It's one of the best productions that you will ever listen to this year. If it's not, please call me. I will make sure that we change whatever you want us to change. But that's if he allows, but I will do everything I can. But we also have more coming out, which we can't preview all today. But there's Bloody Painter. And Bloody Painter is a horror one, but it's coming out Halloween. Native Born, which is cyberpunk, Afrofuturistic, Icebreaker, The Last Cabar, The Other Side of Me, and the Halloween Saga. These immersive stories are going to be the future of audio dramas. Make sure that I got it. And so, I know I'm playing something. The voices represented from Wemimo to Bio, you'll be hearing them through every single story. There are more to come. We're going to be announcing our creators. We're going to announce them very soon. We do have an in-house team full of voice actors and also writers, and they have been putting in the work, but together we have created over 100 titles already, just from different writers. And so you're going to be enjoying a lot of Jamit Originals. And so this is Jamit Originals. Jamit Originals begin to drop next month, starting with Stranger in Lagos. One more thing, the Jamit coin. How many of you guys have bought a coin? How many of you guys have bought crypto before? Okay. Don't put your hands up if you're scared, but Jamit coin is coming. And Jamit coin is actually already here. And we've been working on figuring out how do we get every single person to get paid globally. How do we allow every single person to be able to make money from day one? And we looked through how we started with our podcast, and we were trying to generate funds, and we would have like podcasts, like Story of the Gods. And we couldn't figure out how do we get a listener who wants to support them. And someone who is in Japan is like, oh my goodness, I love this podcast so much. I would love to send a tip to this creator. But there's actually no payment rail to be able to get someone in Japan right now to pay someone in Nigeria or Africa, because you have to go through either a bank system or you have to transfer something to get to Nigeria and then get the person paid. And so we have to figure out what is that thing that we will do to make it possible for every single person to get paid wherever they are. So if a podcast drops, a podcaster wants to make money, how do I say, hey guys, you can now support me starting today? You don't need 1,000 hours, you don't need 4,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours or 1,000 subscribers to start monetizing. It's your voice, it's your story. You should be able to have value from day one. And that is one thing that we've tried to educate every single creator. But that is the power of what Jamit Coin is now. With Jamit Coin, anybody globally will be able to access it with their own local currencies. They'll be able to buy it with their own currency, and Jamit Coin is fully put on the blockchain, so it's traceable. You'll never be worried about fraud. You'll never be worried about us taking your money. You're going to see every single transaction is clear. You will have access to them. And Jamit Coin allows us to be able to do that because we use the blockchain technology. And so we are going to use this to be able to reward the creators as any other supporter buys Jamit Coin and says, hey, take 10 Jamit Coins. That reward goes to the creator, and the creator is able to take their own coin share and pay Jamit the transaction fees, whichever way it goes. We believe we're still the cheapest, and we're still working on it, but this is something that we want to make sure that is possible for every single person to understand our mechanics. We are not taking 35%, we are not taking 25%, we are not taking 50% of whatever you make. We're only taking 5%. And so we'll be able to reward tokens for every story that's built on chain. and every voice that we bring on chain. Coins will follow the contribution, and that is what we've always said. The more people that support you, the more people support you wherever they are in the world, the more coins you get. The more coins you get is actually cash, because every single Jamit coin is equals to $1. So for every 100 Jamit coins, you get $1. And so we are not going to be in a position of speculation. Do not worry about speculation. Not when coin go up, not my money was 1,000 today, and then the next day is 500, and then the next day is $2. Whatever you have is going to be stable, and you'll be able to track it using our technology, but also know that it's stable money. We won't say stable coins because we believe this is a reward token, and we want to make it that clear, or make it clear enough to people that it's not a stable coin, but it's a reward system and a reward token. And coins will begin to follow the contribution, because that's what people are giving to you to be able to use and get rewarded with. And so, starting today, you'll be able to go on Jamit.app, and you're able to buy Jamit coins today. And you're going to be able to recharge it. You will not need any crypto wallet to be able to buy it. As I said earlier on, you can actually use platforms like Paystack, OPay, to be able to buy Jamit coin today. And once you buy it, you'll be able to have the Jamit coins fully put into your account immediately. This will be available in your wallets, and you'll be able to do whatever you want with them. So I know she's trying to transfer. Blessing is probably pushing for the transfer, but we'll just watch and see how this goes. Everyone uses OPay now. Let's see if that transaction goes through. Guys, you can just imagine she's like typing every single thing and typing the account details. So that's what she's doing behind the scenes right now to make sure that this goes through. But I don't want to believe. I'm going to count to 5, and if it's not, we'll move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Thank you. That was a long one. And then the transfer is made. Once the transfer is made, obviously you guys already know how Paystack works. You know how OPay works. It's just that easy to be able to transfer money, which is your local currency. You make your payments, the Jamit coins are put in, and those Jamit coins are now going to be the same thing, the same value, being pushed to every single creator wherever they are in the world. So now, someone in Nigeria has just paid for the Jamit coins. They've received their coins. They can now even send it to anybody else right now in the world. And so a Nigerian can support a creator in Korea, and the Korean can support someone in Nepal without any problems anymore, because they can now use their local currency to be able to buy a coin that is able to allow them transfer their value to the creators that they want to support at any given time. So today, Jamit coin is now live and now available through Lisk on the blockchain as well. She's trying to verify that I got paid. And again, as I said, very transparent. Every single transaction that happens on our platform is available for every single person to see. So you can go there and just go for the Jamit coins and see if you got paid, how much you got, who is supporting you, whatever you want, you'll be able to get that information from here. And so today, Paystack and Stripe are able to access Jamit. You'll be able to get Jamit coins through those platforms for now. But starting from, should I give the date? Next week, you'll be able to access Jamit coins with Ethereum, Bitcoin, USDC, and CNGN. On Lisk. On Lisk. And so this is possible where now anyone can buy using their local currencies, but also be able to use cryptocurrencies wherever they are to be able to buy and have a central position of value to be able to transfer to creators and also to other fans that they love. Jamit coin is live now. And with that being said, do you guys want more or we should stop? Today, this is where we stop. Every single thing that we talked about is going to be available on our platform. We are building something that we want every single person to enjoy. We're building a platform that we truly believe will change a lot of lives in this community, in this continent, and globally at the end. Our main goal is that every single story and every single voice needs to be heard. And in order for us to do that, it starts from us here, being able and bold enough to know that we can tell our stories and take it out there to wherever we want to. Without fear of censorship, without fear of not getting paid, and without fear of infrastructure. Jamit is going to provide every single thing you need to make sure that your creator journey goes as smoothly as possible and you're able to tell your story whenever you want to tell it. And so, Showcast is available today. Earn Words today. Jamit Coins today. The Studio Campus opens up to every single person September 30th. Originals drop next month. And the mobile apps, I promise you, drops next month. And with that, that's the future of storytelling that we began. We believe that it's time to find your frequency and what you want to do. Own your voice. And at the end, catch your wave. Thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, please ask. Hope that was not too long. Everyone's good? Sweet. Anyone got any questions? We're good, we're good, we're good? I should do the mic drop. All right, guys. Thank you so much. All right? Well done. I'm coming. Let me go to the back. Hey. No, you can ask. Just ask. It's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good whispers, I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The,
Great as the way that the real short videos work. For instance, I don't know if you know those short form content or if anybody has been dragged into the whirlpool of those videos where they advertise on Snapchat or wherever you are. You get curious, you get into the apps,
Yeah.
and then they allow you preview one video or two, and then the next thing is you have to buy some coins
Yeah.
in order to finish watching the videos. Is that
Oh.
how the podcast will work?
no, no, no. That's not how Jamit Coins work.
Okay.
Jamit Coins are not. What you're talking, I know what you're talking about, but no. Jamit Coins are. Jamit Coin is a system that allows you to buy value within our platform, and that platform is allowing you to share it with all the creators the way you want. Meaning that for every 100 Jamit coins is 1 USDC. And that 1 USDC is pretty much $1. And so you get 100 Jamit coins, and you can send to your first creator 50 coins. And when they get 50 coins, they've just gotten 50 cents, right? You don't necessarily have to buy content with Jamit coins. Jamit is already subscription-based, so if you're already a subscriber with Jamit, then you will have access to listen to every single content on Jamit and our originals. What I would say though is that some creators can set prices on their content and say, hey, my content is going to be 200 coins to have access to them. And so with 200 coins, you have to now buy the content and be able to have them enjoy it with just collecting 200 coins. So I would not say that for, I'm just going to say, to answer is a yes or no, because it depends on what the creator sets the price on. But it's not what we do where we're like, we'll force you to watch an ad to make 10 coins to have access to an episode. No, we are not going to do that. I'm not a fan of that approach, but you are? I'm not a fan of it. My team has talked to me about it, and we've done some research on it. We just believe that it should be the creators that set the tone for the prices than us setting that for them. So if a creator says, hey, I want to charge 100 per episode, yeah, they have the right to do that. But we will not be setting the prices for them. Hope that answers the question. Sweet, sweet. All right, cool. Everyone else? Good. I'm going to run. I need to drink water. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you.